I don't think we have a wheel tonight. It doesn't make sense. You could do either of those things. The great thing about you. You gotta
Okay.
cover things.
Just to recap, we have talked about behind the scenes things about a wheel, then we plugged a thing, and then we talked about overlays. It's a good intro to a stream.
If you.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That would be a problem. Can they hear us?
They can just hear us?
Wow. Okay. Hi, folks. My name is Kurt. I'm a human being who's a friend of Amanda's, and we like to get together and play games on Mondays. Not every Monday, but we do it as much as we can manage. Yes. I'm one human. I'm not the only human. Who else am I joined by?
Hey, I'm a human. My name's Anthony. Kirk kind of all stole my content because I also am a friend of Amanda's who plays RPGs with her on Monday nights, and I don't really feel like I have a unique identity here on the stream.
Oh.
What's my thing? Oh, I'm really tall. I'm like 6'6", and it freaks people out when they meet me in person. So every time you see me in this little tiny square, think of me as like way taller than you.
When I met you, I was also like, whoa, you're like way taller than I pictured in my mind.
Yeah, it's really worrying when you just know people online. I met a lot of people online during the pandemic because I started going to school during the pandemic, and then we all showed up on campus, and it was crazy. Just every conversation I had with people, they were like, "Oh my God, you're so tall!" for like a year.
I think you warned me too before I met you. I think you were like, "By the way, I'm really tall," and then I met you, and I was like, "Whoa, you are really tall!" Like,
even actually, would you believe I got a "you're so short"?
Yeah. What? You got a "you're so short" from who?
Like a coworker.
Oh.
Yeah. For the record,
are you so short?
She was shorter than me. Huh. I just want to throw that one out there. So it would be much funnier a story, I think, if like she was, I don't know how tall
like
are humans.
Super tall or something, instead of saying that.
Yeah.
But she was shorter than you, and she was like, "Wow, you're short."
Yeah, little pipsqueak. I don't know what to say.
I guess she was like, I feel seen. Like, I feel like I am really short, and you are shorter, and together we can be short, I guess.
Maybe it was a solidarity thing. That's fair.
Oh, you're short.
I don't have any hang-ups about it. I think it's kind of nice. I can fit great on airplanes.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was taller. I wish I was as tall as Anthony, personally.
Whoa. That's a lot of Amanda.
Yeah. I'd love to.
Oh, I see. We've got a redemption of sorts.
We've got a sing mode.
I've been looking at it for a while and trying to ignore it.
But we can't ignore it, and it's time for my intro, so hello. Yes, I was muted before, but that was just because I forgot I was using these other mics before. So hello, my name's Amanda. You can call me Vamp if you like. This is my stream. These are my friends.
Friends?
This is Indie RPG Night.
But it's a little misleading, because tonight we will play no games. We'll only talk about games.
Or sing about games.
We might sing about games, but that's kind of unsustainable. Most of it will probably just talk.
Do you have?
Yeah, channel points do you have? I hope you enjoyed that sing mode, Atomic Sorcery. Thank you for redeeming that. But yes, so yeah, I didn't really say what I do, but you guys know what I do. Is I stream
You stream, you do other things. You make great videos, you share lots of info, opinions about cool, nerdy things on
Stuff,
the internet.
nerdy things
Yeah.
on the internet. I'm an actor. I'm a cosplayer. You know me. This is my stream. Matt.
Whoa, what the
Whoa.
heck? 75?
75 stream streak. I don't think I've ever seen someone streak so long. That's a lot of streaking. Thanks for streaking. 75 stream streak.
It's a lot.
Jeez.
Do you think Matt's born in 1933 and is thus very old?
Yeah,
Or do you
I think
think
I
he's
assume so.
33
Yeah.
years old, and his Twitch name is going to become woefully out of date very soon.
I think that Matt's name should be Matt M, like 75 stream streak, because that's really
Well, that's going to be out of date even faster, isn't it?
That's
That's
true.
not
If it
forward
keeps
thinking,
going,
Amanda.
it's gonna be crazy. Thank you so much for the streak. All right. Yeah,
All right.
so we're here today to not necessarily play a game, but to decide what we are going to play next. And we might also be playing stuff in the future on a different channel.
On a different channel.
So
They decided they don't like playing with me, so they're making a new channel that I can't find to try to lose me, like sort of switching tables at lunch, you know.
Get
Like,
out.
All right.
No, we're trying to. Well, I mean, I think the reason was, I don't know if this is on our agenda. We have an agenda. Is this on our agenda, Kurt?
No, because I didn't know what our conclusion from the
Right.
pre-meeting would be.
Okay,
But-
well, I'll just address this briefly then, and just say that, yeah, we're gonna be mostly focusing this content on another channel. We might still be doing some indie RPG stuff over here as well, but it is to make us more findable, basically, for people that like that kind of content. Of course, you will all be welcome over there, so if you would like to join us and just watch that, and it'll probably still be Monday nights, so
Yeah.
nothing really will change other than there'll be a different channel to go to. That's it.
Yeah, and that means that if you're sitting here right now thinking, wow, who are these assholes that aren't Amanda? You could never see us again, mostly. And
That's
your
good
life,
news for all of you.
good news for all of you haters out there. Your day may be coming.
Yeah.
But all of you lovers out there who just only want to see all three of us and not just Amanda, well, that's a thing too.
That's the thing. And I think it'll be really helpful just for other people that are looking for indie RPG content to find us, because I especially think with how some of the tides are turning, I think indie RPGs are just so valuable. Even without the tides turning, I've always thought that they're very valuable, and they're really accessible. So I'd really like to help people find them that want them, because I know there are a lot of people out there that want to get into RPGs, and I really think that the content that we make, I don't know, is just more accessible in some ways than some of the big RPGs, which are like whole worlds that you have to like read a million books, and it's
True.
like, it can be very intimidating for people that are just starting. So
Amanda, when did you start? This will seem like an out of the blue question, but when did you start playing like RPGs? Like, what was your first brush?
well, okay, so I started out with murder mysteries. That's what I used to love to do.
Okay, that's
So
cool.
I used to do for my birthday, like every year, I'd do like a murder mystery game that you could like buy in the box. So that was kind of my first experience with it. Which
then,
is
like-
not an RPG to say, but you can play it like an RPG if you know it. It's a similar
vibes.
vibe.
Yeah,
Then I would say I think Kurt was my first RPG experience.
for real.
I think we played Everybody is Dave? Is that what it's called?
Everyone is John.
Everyone is John. Everyone is John. We played that, and then I played D&D with Kurt, but then Kurt was like, we didn't play. Did you?
It's
We
it's
did play
possible.
D&D.
We definitely could have.
and then
yeah.
Alex also played D&D with us as well. And I played
Yeah,
with
you guys
a
know
bunch of
Alex.
guys. Yeah, you guys know Alex. Alex is our friend from school, who's also an amazing tattoo artist. Who, if you guys have seen some of my ink, he designed the snake I have on my side, the thigh piece that everyone loves. This is Alex. Alex did this. Alex did my pirate anchor. He did my little whale tattoo. So Alex is just a really cool dude. So yeah, we played some D&D with the group, and then that was it. And then I was like, man, I really like D&D, and then I got into that, and then kind of when Kurt invited me to do this, I mean, I'd played a few other indie RPGs for sure, but this has been my best exposure to like just so many different RPGs, to the point that like I'm just, if there's a new RPG, it doesn't matter how long or short it is, it makes me feel like I can pick up anything what we do here. So
Yeah.
it's really helped me to feel like I belong in the RPG space. I'm not scared, even if it's like a million page text. I'm like, I could probably figure it out. I've played a lot of things.
True.
You've played a lot of things, and
all
honestly,
that
I mean,
matters
you've
is
got
the
a heck
story.
of a
Really,
resume.
that's like the most important part, I think, of any game. And I think, at least for me, and I think even if you're performing, right, it's like story should come first. I think at all times. But yeah, what about you guys?
Amanda,
Yeah.
The reason I asked is because I think a lot of people get into RPGs now, and maybe not in the past, but they get into RPGs now because they watch something online where people are playing RPGs. And it's a lot of people who I've talked to who like that's their beginning.
Right.
It wasn't true for me. I was playing like when I was 6 years old and being like an annoying dwarf in my sister's campaign. That's awesome. But I'd stopped playing for a while after there was no more Kurt in my life lined up for a couple years, and then I started playing again when I watched things online. And I was like, wait, I love RPGs. What am I doing?
Yeah, I've never really watched a lot of things online. Like, yeah, like I do watch, like I do have some friends that do games, and sometimes I'll pop into their games and watch them play. But that's never been a big thing for me. I've never been big into Critical Role, even though I think Critical Role is great, but I just never really got into watching streams and watching RPGs. So wait, was your first character a dwarf?
Yeah, I played...
My first character was a dwarf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I played a dwarf back in D&D when there were no classes. That being a dwarf was your class.
That's it. You were just a dwarf.
Yep. You could be a fighter, a wizard, or a dwarf.
So were all dwarfs just like barbarians? What would they be close to
all
in like
dwarves
5e?
Were a mix between fighters and clerics, I think.
Okay.
And all elves were mixes between fighters and wizards.
Elves were a class race.
Elves were a class race, and so were hobbits, which I think they were actually called hobbits in that version.
Yeah, I think that is right. Huh.
Before
Also,
they got sued.
Mage, congrats on the 20 stream streak. Also, hello, everyone that's in the chat.
Yeah, nice to see you all.
I want to chat with all of you beautiful people, but I also want to ask Kurt the same question that Anthony asked me. When did you start playing RPGs?
I was thinking about this pretty recently, actually, because origin stories are interesting, right?
Yeah.
It turns out, as I was reflecting back on my past, I just desperately wanted to play like your bog standard fantasy game. I remember it was like 2004, maybe. I was in my early teens, and I found like a web comic it was a parody of Dungeons and Dragons, and that whole scene was so alluring and so intoxicating, just to imagine this world and having these characters and living out these adventures. I read it even though I didn't get half the references, and then I felt like I got references, and eventually a friend, the one who made Amanda's tattoo, who we were talking about earlier, played D&D with friends, and then was like, oh, I could do this, and then played D&D with me. And so that was my introduction to it. We started with 4E, which it turns out is quite contentious. That's a lot of math.
Yeah, it is a lot of math.
4? Not 3, 4.
4, yes. Turns out specifically
how old were
4. You? In university.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played 4, 4.5, and 5. That's what I played. But
right. There was a 4.5?
Yeah,
huh.
I believe so. Isn't there?
I believe it. Yeah, sure.
D&D 4.5. Did I make this up? Yeah, 4.5.
4.5 is a thing?
4.5 people hate it more than 4, I think.
What?
But I actually like 4.5, but I don't know. I mean, it's neither here nor there. Just some are more technical than others, and I guess there are some tweaks to rules, but I've also never GM'd, so like I'm like, I don't know. It's really, for me, it's more like about who's running the game than like what the rules say, because the rules don't really matter. If there's anything I've learned playing this many games with all of you, rules mean nothing. They really don't. That's not the point of the thing that we're doing.
Love this take.
Rules are here to facilitate our story, and if there's a rule that we don't like, that we're like, this doesn't facilitate the story, then you just throw that rule away. And I think anyone that makes an RPG or anyone that runs games would or should agree with that sentiment. There's my strong stance.
Wow. I love that this is a channel
Don't
devoted
clip
to
that.
celebrating indie RPGs, but our take is, whatever you make up, I don't care. I'll just play my own game.
I mean, I just think the rules are more of like a guideline anyways. They're just like they're a framework for us to tell a story. So they should help us do that. But anytime, if there's a rule that trips you up, depending on how you're playing, it's like sometimes you got to know when to take the rules and when to not take the rules. And I guess what I'm saying is I should probably GM more games at this point if this is my stance. I think that's telling me I'm getting closer to being more of a GM. Cool. Well, that's cool.
What's funny is that I totally understand this stance, and I feel like it makes sense for RPGs. We'll bend it how we need to. But if someone told me that for board games, if someone was like, hey, the rules don't really matter, we're just going to do whatever. Get it.
Yeah, you can't do that with board games. It doesn't fly.
I'm checking the book.
But
And if it's not in the book, I'm going online and checking if the designer has commented to answer someone else asking this question.
That's because you, as the player, run the risk of breaking a game when you do that. Like, if you don't have the knowledge to know how to house rule something in a way that doesn't, like, disrupt the integrity of a game. Like, granted, I think there are times when you can do that and say, well, we're going to interpret it this way. Because sometimes things are unclear and you got to make a call. And you're going to make a call that you feel like is the most fair and serves, like, the fun of the game. But, yeah, when people are like, well, we just have these pieces in a box and we do it this way. I'm like, what? It's chaotic. Like, that's not how it was intended to be played, I don't think.
Calling out a couple things in the chat. Marvel game being your first RPG, Daniel. That's pretty cool. That's a little fun place to start.
Cool.
Somebody in the YouTube chat, Tully said, I feel like choose your own adventure books were cosplay-ish, I think. I think generally just role-play-ish is what Tully's saying. Anthony, who has written a number of books that are only not called choose your own adventure books because that's illegal to call them that.
Correct.
Are they RPGs?
Yeah, I think so. That's why I wrote them. I think that they are essentially the same thing, that you are inhabiting this character.
Well, then
you have
maybe
a lot less control than an RPG.
Yeah.
But it's almost the same thing.
I would say that maybe that's where I started, because I feel like when I was very young, like when I was like, I want to say like 7 or 8, I was reading Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Yeah,
and
me too.
Yeah, and I loved those. And then came the murder mystery nights, and then the actual RPGs. Oh, wow.
Amanda, we would have been such good friends as kids.
Yeah.
I was having my murder mystery parties and reading my Choose Your Own Adventure books.
We would have been. I know.
We would have been.
We would have been good friends. I think the three of us all would have been very good friends.
Nah, Kurt sucked.
Nah, not me, no. I wasn't a good scene. I had some growing to do.
Thank you for the hydrate, Daniel. Thank you for the stretch.
It wasn't good before 25.
Thank you for the posture check.
Maybe like, yeah, like, honestly, it's hard to decide where.
No, Kurt.
Definitely you'd want to wait until high school at least, but probably university's better to meet me. Well, it's the boat's sailed.
I mean, I would say, as with all people, I would hope that we all get better as time goes on. That's the dream. I feel like most people that would say that about themselves. Maybe not everybody, but I think most people tend to think that they're trending like better every year. I think I'm better every year.
Yeah, I wonder if
I'm
they're
improving.
I guess it's sad if you don't think that.
Yeah, I I think it's sad if you don't think that. I'm like, oh no. When people are like, oh yeah, like I just suck and every year I get worse. I'm like, oh no.
I guess it
So
happens.
Daniel's just asked something which unlocks part of this little evening, doesn't it?
Excellent.
Daniel, we couldn't do anything until you asked this question. This is great.
We had to wait, and now that Daniel has asked the question, it's
Amazing.
time. Today, we are going to be choosing the system that we will be playing for our next campaign. For those of you who have been around for a while, you probably know that most of the games we play are one and done. We'll play a little evening of a story, and then the characters are gone forever. We'll never see them again.
Sometimes we do a two-parter. If
Sometimes.
the story's too big for one session.
Whoa.
But not usually.
Not usually.
Rare.
However,
And most of the time we spend about half our time just creating characters.
probably like a third. Probably like a third.
Or locations.
However, we are not going to be doing that for the next, I guess, like couple months. That feels crazy to say because we are going to be playing a campaign of a game.
But
and there
could
are
you sing the
three.
campaigns that we have the options of?
Such bad timing.
Well, I think first, let's just discuss the agenda. We have a few things that were there. First was introductions and hellos. Then was one called How We Choose Systems.
How do we choose systems, Kurt?
Indeed.
What a good question. I feel like this ties into what we talked about when we talked about where we started, because that determines where you go. Whoa.
Wow, that was beautiful.
I mean, I've got a falsetto. I worked on it.
We love it.
I love
Yeah,
it.
wait, how do we choose systems? I mean, okay, so to be honest, Kurt chooses a lot of the games that we play on here.
This is true.
Kurt's just like, he's got his tentacles out there. He's in the middle of his web collecting indie RPGs, and he has many tasty morsels he wishes to share with us. Yeah, I mean, Amanda, I guess if rules can go fuck themselves, then maybe we choose our systems liberally. I guess I'm always looking for something. I'm just looking for something that's like cool and surprises me and makes me go like, oh, I want to know more about that. I want to find out more about that. I think that's usually what I get excited about.
That makes sense.
I mean, I think I've said my piece, which is that I like story and I like character and I like things that serve that. And we play a lot of games, admittedly, that focus on that. So I'm sure all of them will be good.
Oh wait, actually.
Also, Evil Webline, thank you for that that sing mode. I hope you enjoyed. I think you did. But yes.
Okay, wait. So you said, story and character, which obviously are the things that I love when I show up at the stream. But I think that the thing that gets me excited about a system is tone. I think I fall in love with feelings in a game, like the way it feels when you're in it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I feel like I can't necessarily bring myself, or like it's harder. You have to really co-create it.
Yeah.
And so I think that like a system or a game that can generate like a feeling of, say, like creepiness or unease, or a feeling of like coziness, and sort of like a soft happiness, or even like sadness. I love a good sad game.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love a good
Melancholy.
tragedy.
Uh-huh.
So
A lot
good.
of the games I like are nostalgic, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like the feeling of nostalgia is one that I really look for. So actually, I think that that's the thing that gets me most excited. Like,
Nostalgia.
why do I love Wander Home, a game that we played on the stream? I think it's because it feels really unique. It feels like a game. It feels unlike many other games, where it feels like soft and comfortable and cozy, and a little mysterious.
Yeah. So, Daniel is asking for a quick breakdown of the three, which we are going to do.
Just the captain of the segue
Yeah.
out here.
Wow.
The perfect transitional comment.
Daniel, you're doing really good on the script. Turn to the next page, okay?
Come on, turn to the next
Yeah.
page. Actually, speaking
If
of
I
turn to
check
the next
out the
page.
posted games, I missed the stream. Oh, I guess you can't open it in a new window. You can just open it in a new window, Daniel. do the good old
I mean,
right
it's
click.
kind of hard if you're looking at the, like, if you're on a mobile,
if you're on a
you know,
mobile, I just click it.
you
I don't know what
know.
everybody's phone does, but mine minimizes Twitch so that Twitch is like in the corner here, and then I can like be on my web browser. I do that all the time, but I don't know what mobile you're working with, so I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, we're definitely going to give you a breakdown of the games, so don't worry, we got you. Also, Dragon Trainer 300 is asking if we can play Super Smash Brothers. We're not playing that kind of game, but
Yeah,
I
that would be
appreciate
sick.
your enthusiasm for.
Do you like
Super
some Smash? I
Bros.
just played Smash on like this past weekend, and that is rare.
I mean,
That is
maybe
very
we'll
rare these
get
days.
together at some point and play Smash Bros. On here. I mean, I'm not saying no to Smash forever, but I definitely don't even have a console I could play Smash
That'll
Bros.
do it. That'll do it.
on stream. So
I
think
will
there's
say I am
Get
about
that
30% the way through designing a Mario Party tabletop role-playing game, but it's just about the characters having to navigate the awkward social relationships of having to like mini golf with your arch nemesis.
that
Oh,
sounds so
interesting.
fun.
Interesting. That's cool.
We should
Yeah.
play
Cool.
that at some point. That sounds.
It's
cool.
not done. It's called Zap Goes Bananas, because Zap's the character, and that's the name of the crappy party game that Zap and all his rivals are in. But that doesn't matter. It's not. Zap Goes Bananas is not on our short list. What is on our short list? Well, folks, it's time. Time to discuss our nominees. We have three games that are under the spotlight today. Hey, nice to see you, Taylor. Whoa, hold on. I need to read Taylor's comment out loud to everyone. Taylor's Roll for Felicity, TTRPG, where Smash Bros. Is part of the game mechanics.
Okay.
Smash Bros. As a resolution system,
That's sick.
That'd
frankly,
be nuts.
pretty sick. Pretty
That's
sick.
sick.
That reminds me of the Mortal Kombat chess version that used to exist, where you play chess, but then to resolve when you would like attack someone with your piece, you have to like do a fight in the game. Anyways, that's Mortal Kombat chess, and I think that mode is so cool, and I wish they would bring it back. Maybe after Animalities. Cherry, also, thank you so much for the highlighted stream, or highlighted chat. Cherry said, "Hi, Amanda. I hope you're well. So glad I get to chill with you." Aw, thanks, Cherry. I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling better. How's the cough? Is it resolved? I hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Resolved. Thank you for the hydrate, Angelus.
I did it when I saw it. Very good job, Kurt.
Very good job, Kurt.
Okay, so
What
here's
are the
our short
games?
list. Here are our list of games. Do we want to say their? You know what? The names can be discovered. We'll just go through one by one and talk about all the things that one can expect from these games. And you know what else I can do? I can get a physical prop for two of these. So if you'll give me a second, I can come back and present something.
Please, present. Yes.
Speaking of present, I did make a 3 slideshow presentation. Amanda, do you think we're going to show any of
Yeah,
this?
we could show the slides.
We don't
I
have
can
to
bring
do
that
it yet.
up.
I'll get my
You let
I'll get
me
my visual aid.
know, but
You
I believe
two
we can.
Tiki talk.
We got it.
I'll
We got
be
it.
right
We got
back.
it. Yeah.
Be a second.
Yes.
A slideshow presentation sounds boring, chat, but just like the way that Kurt can create just the most compelling spreadsheets that we get excited about.
He's good at
He's got a
PowerPoints.
good slideshow. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're pretty. They're just pretty slides. What can I say?
Ooh, I'm excited for it, actually. I think Atomic Sorcery was asking earlier, there are some very good board game based RPGs, but I think Atomic Sorcery, you were asking something earlier where you were saying something like, does the RPG, does it have to be like finished? Like, we're not play testing. And I just wanted to confirm that no, we're not going to be playing, our options are not ones that are being play tested, but we have played games before that were being play tested that were like in their, or we're in their final stages, I would say, of development, maybe more.
Yeah, we've played tested stuff before, but these 3 we're choosing from are all
Published.
finished games, nicely made up. They're fit on, out, ready for the world.
They fancy.
They fancy.
They fancy.
Okay. We're all here. What's our first one, Kurt?
Our first game under consideration today is the next big release from the same publishing studio that made Wanderhome. Some of you might remember our Wanderhome campaign, and some of you might just know the game because it's freaking cool. I think another visual aid is in the process of being brought to the
I promise I have
right
no
now.
visual aids.
No?
No.
Well, I have visual aids. Why, it's Wanderhome, a beautiful
Whoa.
game by
News.
Possum Creek Games.
It's a beautiful
Jay Greg.
game. We played it and I had to add it to my collection. I don't own. Well, I guess I can't say I don't own a lot of RPGs now because I think I own like at least 10, which is maybe more than most people would own.
Probably
But-
10 times most RPG fans, actually.
That's so true.
But yeah, so I had to add this one. So yes. Also go check it out. It's so good. Anyways.
Imagine if Amanda had said, "I don't own many games," as she sits in front of an absolute stack of games.
No, RPG games. I definitely
Sure,
own
sure,
more
RPGs,
board games than RPG games. But I was like, I don't own a lot of those. And then I was like, well, actually, I'm starting to like build a collection of them. So maybe never mind what I said. But yes. Physical books. Yes, physical
Okay,
books.
so we know Wanderhome. We know and we love Wanderhome.
Flip forever.
But what's
We know
next?
Wanderhome, but what came after Wanderhome? Well, it's hot off the presses from Possum Creek Games. It is a game called Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. And it is kind of huge for a story game. This is Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. It is a game which is about a magical bed and breakfast run by a heartless witch, where it's always September 15th. Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast is really weird in a lot of really cool ways. First of all being, we don't create characters at all. In Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, they wrote characters, and we play through chapters as a subset of those characters. They say, these are the characters that are in this chapter. There can be more that you want, and that's how it's going to be. You are Gertrude. Gertrude is a lost girl who sleeps in the laundry room of the bed and breakfast. You are the Moon Knight who fell from the sky. You are Yazeba herself, who is up to her wiles again. There are characters who we must be, but the game is different every time because our interpretation changes who they are. And there's a lot of kooky stuff in here, but as far as vibes go, this game is a lot like a show that you'd sometimes catch on television as a kid, but then you never saw the episodes in order. Maybe only some of them aired and some of them didn't. You get little glimpses into it. The chapter order is like chapter 4, chapter 8, chapter 2, chapter 13, chapter 5. Like that's the order they appear in the book.
So we're like we're skipping through like a story where like the time is jumping around.
You're just getting glimpses, just getting little insights into their lives.
Really fun. And I mean, I will
Sounds fun.
say, so at Gen Con, we were like right next to Possum Creek when I was teaching for Grey Matters games. Oddly enough, I didn't really realize that until the Friday when I actually went out and was like more on the floor. But yeah, I got to look at the book a little bit because they had it there. And I was like, man, it looks so beautiful. It's such a gorgeous book, man. Man, it just like you just want to get in there and play it.
Right? It's very pretty as an artifact.
So, and I think when we talked about these before, Kurt, when you were kind of saying our options, Yezeba's was the one that I was the most attracted to initially, I think.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Kurt, please confirm or deny. Is there a book or box of secret things that can only be opened at certain points in the game?
There's so many secret things. There's secret things that there's chapters I'm not allowed to read because they're locked. There's characters we're not allowed to play with because we haven't unlocked them, because we haven't played out the chapters that would allow them to become available to us. There's even an envelope that came with this game that says Forbidden Envelope, and I don't even know what circumstances it's opened under. It's literally a black envelope they shipped with the game that says Forbidden Envelope, and I don't know what's in it. It's full of weird mysteries and secrets.
Wow.
Whoa.
I hope you never get to open it. I hope it's just a forbidden envelope.
I may never get to open it.
Well,
I may
if no
never
one
get to
plays,
open
I
it.
guess you'll never get to open it.
I'm confident it will get played, whether we pick it today or
Unless
sometime
we
in the
don't
future.
pick it and we try to, every time you're bringing it up, we try to sneakily, Anthony and I try to like thwart you from playing it somehow. But that would be pretty devious of
I do
us.
have other friends.
No!
No, what if we found out about them and then we like whispered into their ears and we were like, Kurt's gonna suggest this game to you, don't do it.
I'm gonna suggest the game. No, I don't think you should.
Don't open the envelope. Just whisper.
Well, they shouldn't open the envelope.
Well, that's for you to do.
So if
When
we
the
don't
time is
choose Yazeba's, we will ruin Kurt's whole social circle in order to stop him from playing with anybody else. So that's part of the stakes of today.
So, that's option one. I guess if we're pulling from the presentation at all, if we were to play a shorter run of Yazeba's, we'll play through a few chapters like you might have watched a cartoon whenever it was on. With a longer run, the characters go through journeys, we unlock secret stuff, we put stickers on everything because that's how you track the progress of the characters. It's cute, it's twee, it's sweet and weird, and yeah, it's kind of a lot also though. Like individual sessions won't be too tricky, but just holding this book is kind of like, whoa, this is something. But that's not our only option today. Option two is another game by a studio that we have previously played a campaign by, but you guys didn't get to see it.
Our secret campaign that we like to tease you about,
campaign.
but that you didn't get to see.
Before we ever started streaming, we carved out a little bit of time in our busy lives and played a beautiful game called Fall of Magic. That's the game that will be the visual aid right now.
Oh.
Fall of Magic is a game produced by Studio Heart of the Deernicorn, which is a tiny publishing house based in Olympia, Washington, spearheaded by Ross Kalman. They make games, and I don't just mean they design games, I mean they make games.
That's
Fall of
scroll,
Magic
my friends.
is printed on a scroll, a beautiful hand screen printed scroll that they do in-house. And in it, you tell the story of a group of travelers who are traveling with the Magus. Magic has died, and the Magus is dying with it. It's an enormous scroll. This is not all of it, but my arms don't go much farther. We've already learned that I'm not a tall man. Hold on.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Here it is, Fall of Magic. We played through the whole thing, going to different locations, and each time we landed somewhere, we told another piece of the story about our character and the journey that they were on together. However, Fall of Magic is not the only game by Heart of the Deernicorn, and very recently, a very special game came out. Its sequel. Fall of Magic was followed up by a game called City of Winter. And that's the game that we are considering as option 2. City of Winter is again about a journey across a magical land. But it is a journey plagued by the Umbra, a force that chases you and your family as you travel across the land. And the game is not just about a single person, but about a whole family, the traditions they hold that change over time. Your characters can die, and their wisdom and cultures will be lost based on what they could and couldn't pass on. During the course of the game, they're traveling, immigrating really, to the City of Winter, which is a second entire map at the end of it, where they establish their new lives. It is beautiful. There is a gorgeous online implementation through ScreenTop that Heart of the Deernicorn pulled together. And,
wait, is this the one we saw a little bit of?
Is it?
And there were like assets for it.
There are assets.
Yeah. Do you remember this, Anthony? We saw this, I think. Yeah, it was pretty.
I don't remember this.
Ooh, it was pretty. That is good. I did.
That's good.
That's good. I did love Fall of Magic. Like, I think that's one of my favorite RPGs I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's a great game. I've gotten to play it twice.
I
Both
need to
times
own
were great.
it. Yeah.
And it feels very fitting for us to return to a sequel of the game that brought us together as a little trio of role players.
It would also feel very fitting if we were starting it on our channel that we're founding.
New beginnings, you're right.
The new channel, just for us.
Started the same way as this whole endeavor started in the first place.
But this time we're letting people in on that journey. Which...
It's pretty fitting.
Man, I wish we could show you guys that game. That game was so perfect. I know that we hold it over everyone's heads. But it really is the reason that I think that we decided to stream. Was like, we had so much fun. We were just like, we should keep doing this. But then it was like, should we like share this with people? Is this the thing people would want to see? And I was like, yeah, I think people would want to see this.
And here you are.
Here you all are.
Hi everyone.
Do you
Thank you so much. Do you? do you like this baby? You guys don't mind if I call you that, right? Okay. One more. Our last option is a little bit different than the other two for two reasons. First of all, it's not new. Both of the games that we just talked about are very new. They came out this year or last year, depending on how you slice it. And that's neat, right? It's like, oh, good night, Cherry. Thanks for jumping in. Both of the games we talked about so far are new. This third game has a little bit of pedigree behind it. It has been around for maybe 15 years at this point, depending on how you want to slice it. And that doesn't sound like a long time, but imagine what video games looked like 15 years ago. They were pretty different. And TTRPGs were different as well. So this is a game in which the other big difference is that our first two selections, we know what we're going to be doing. There's a bed and breakfast. There's a city and a great journey towards it. This third game, straight from the dome, baby. It's called Archipelago. And in it, we make a whole world and the people that we care about in it. Three figures whose destinies are entwined. As their fates come together and drift apart. We lead scenes with our characters, which will not be unfamiliar to anyone who's watched our work before. But each of them has a point of destiny that we establish at the start of that session, and that's the big gotcha with Archipelago. There's something that's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. The whole session, it's coming. And then, when it does, it'll hit. We are waiting the whole time for the ball to drop, and the whole session builds up to it. We'll have a map. We'll have some improv tools. We'll have some setting elements that we create for ourselves. Maybe Anthony's always under control. Anthony always controls the weather. Maybe Amanda is always making choices about how the magic works in this world. The big difference with Archipelago is that it's all our own, which comes with its beautiful things and its challenges too. Ultimately, Archipelago made it on this list because it's the favorite game of one of my favorite designers, which is a special thing to have. Who is it, Anthony? Who is it?
I'm trying to think who it is. I'm not sure.
Well, that's a shame, because that's all there is.
You're not going to tell us who the designer is?
Oh, Jason Morningstar.
Okay.
It's Jason Morningstar. No one asked. I just thought I would tease you.
I was like, I feel like it's someone that we know. But then I was like, we know a lot of people.
I was like, is it me?
But is it me? Did we design
That's what
this
Rapala
secretly?
asked.
Yeah.
Atomic Sorcery, Vlada Shvatil. Vlada Shvatil is a very interesting designer. not anything related to the RPG world, I guess, but Vlaada Chvátil's games are some of the weirdest, most delightfully strange
What
board
kinda,
games.
like board games?
Would you
Like
believe that
games?
Vlaada Chvátil made like Galaxy Trucker and Dungeon Pets, but also code names?
Yes.
Whoa!
I was about to
What
say
a
that name
talented
sounds so
designer. Holy shit.
familiar. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is a wild. He's got a wild category. Not category.
Catalog.
Catalog. Thank you. Yeah.
Ludography.
Also, Cherry, good night if you're going to sleep. And thanks for lurking. And I hope you get some rest. Yeah, definitely rest up. I know you haven't been feeling well for the last like week, so take care of yourself.
Okay, chat. Do you have questions about these games? If you have questions, you should fire them off.
Yes. Dragon Trainer is suggesting Archipelago. Archipelago? Archipelago. Archipelago.
Anthony's right, and so is Amanda now.
There we go.
Thanks, Kurt.
Tully was also saying, don't let Amanda and Anthony gaslight you out of the first game. We need to know what's in the envelope.
We'll gaslight all we want, Tully.
If we play it, you'll probably still not get to see what's in the envelope. I don't even know how.
I was just gonna share the links for you guys, but the problem is my chat. I can only the messages that I can send on YouTube. So on Twitch, I have the links when you pick a game into chat. But on YouTube, I wasn't able to add the links for you, Dragon Trainer, because YouTube doesn't let me put that many characters in a message when I'm chatting. So I have now put them all in the chat as well for you guys, but they're also in the video description if you want links if you're on YouTube.
What a good YouTuber.
You can pick a game. That's the command. So you put ! Pick a game, all one word, into either chat, and it'll come up with what the options are. If you would like to learn more about them, you can click the links or you can just search them. But we did also talk about them a little bit. Yeah.
So
I've got some votes happening.
yeah, we
Bed
do.
and breakfast.
How are we gonna do the votes?
I will tell you right now.
Okay.
So the first thing that we'll do, now that we have presented the nominees, thank you everyone for your patience, by the way. I know it was a lot of words, but it's going to define some things. Our system here. The first thing is if Amanda or Anthony has anything that they want to like hard veto, you're like, I'm really not that interested in X. Speak now.
I'd like to veto playing with Kurt.
I'd like to veto playing with Anthony.
All right, bye.
Oh, there's no one here left to veto me.
It's true. You vetoed us both. You'd have to get somebody
veto
else
myself.
to veto you. Whoa!
Yeah.
I don't think I have any serious vetoes. All of those, as people have been saying in chat, all those do sound good to me. I would be happy playing any of them, I think. I might have some preferences, but no vetoes. Amanda?
Okay. Yeah, preferences is fine.
I have,
this is just
I have
like
no vetoes. I'm not like, oh, I hate that or anything like that. I like all of these games. They all sound fun. I definitely also, I would say, have preferences, but
sure.
I don't even think I have a single preference because I'm torn.
So here's what we'll do. Now that we have determined that there's nothing that we'd be heartbroken if we ended up playing, what we will do is vote. Anthony gets a vote, Amanda gets a vote, Kurt gets a vote,
Kurt gets 2
and
votes.
you, the viewers, get a vote.
Ooh,
We
even number
are
of
going
votes.
to run a poll on Twitch, but we'll also, for the YouTube friends out there, we're going to give you a chance to just write your preference in the chat. So we will tally yours, but we can't do it anonymously. Sorry about that. And then we will compare how many results accumulate for each option.
So the poll is just people just put it in chat, and then we're gonna enter the votes manually. Are we also doing polls?
Well, we could run a Twitch poll, right? Like that would be easy.
We can. The Twitch poll, I don't know how long I can make it. I don't know how long it needs to be.
It doesn't need to be long, I don't think.
mean, I guess everyone's here that wants to vote. I'm just gonna put really quickly in the Discord to give people a few minutes in case someone isn't here that wanted to be here or wanted to be here for the voting process.
Sure.
To just let people know that like that's where we're at. So
While you're doing that, let's decide on an issue that Atomic Sorcery has brought to the table. What happens for tiebreakers?
For a tiebreaker, we will go with our second favorite. No, let me rephrase that. The three of us will compare our second favorite and then decide what that is. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so wait. No, wait, doesn't make sense though. Or maybe. Okay, so we've tied on 2, and then we're like, oh wait, we can't decide. Is anybody's second favorite the other game you didn't vote for?
Yes, that's the idea. And if that still doesn't, I know that's vague. If that still doesn't break the tie, we'll just vibe it out. we'll just chat
I'm sure we can figure it out.
Yeah. But good question, Atomic Sorcery. You'd think that I had planned it out because I had an elaborate series of PowerPoint slides and an agenda for this stream, which is weird. We don't usually do that.
He also had those PowerPoint slides and agenda for like a month. This man has been prepared.
Well, this was going to happen a month ago, to be fair.
Fair.
But then
I wish we
had...
were doing ranked choice voting right now. Roll for Felicity, that'd be great.
I don't think we could integrate chat with that.
I wish we also had proportional representation so that, you know, we ended up playing like 1/4 of a game if somebody voted for it. We'll just include a bed and breakfast because somebody voted for Yazeba, so we're playing Archipelago, but there's a bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast go. Okay, so I am looking at the YouTube comments there. Amanda, what did you say you're setting up in the Discord?
I'm just letting people know that the voting is happening now.
Gotcha. You're so cheeky. Roll for Felicity. We can't do an electoral system. We only have so much time.
I vote for Roll for Felicity to be benevolent dictator of this process.
Anthony, I totally thought you were just projecting your vote.
Oh, wow.
I thought you were like, vote for, and I was like, okay, it's happening.
Anthony has no understanding of ceremony. What if I abdicated my vote to Roll for Felicity right now?
You two, you're gonna have trouble with this one, aren't you?
I posted the thing, so I think we give it. I'll put 5 minutes on the timer, and then I'll start our polls.
Sure.
I think you guys talked about this while I was daydreaming. What happens with Twitch and YouTube votes? We add them together?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So we'll run an actual poll on Twitch because you can click buttons, and clicking buttons is fun.
You can run a poll on both.
Oh, YouTube has a poll button as well?
Yes.
Great, then we'll just run it on both. I didn't realize that was an option.
I'll run double polls, but also people can type in chat. Is that the other way people can vote?
I mean, if you can click the poll, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? You could just
click the buttons.
I mean, you can click the buttons. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise we're more at risk of double counting, I guess.
Yeah.
Amanda, does
But if you're on YouTube and Twitch, would you get a vote on both technically? So you could.
I mean, if you care enough to, sure. We can't know, right? And we can't stop you.
But
except that Daniel declared that he did it. But outside of that, we can't know.
Yeah.
Check this out. I'm on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm on this stream as one of the streamers. I've got 3 votes.
Corrupt
I feel like
system.
If you're on both, you've earned double votes for.
That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah, it's on both. You know, so
go
good
for
you. If that's what you want to do, I respect it. I respect your choices, Daniel. I respect it.
I wish that's how real voting worked. Hey,
nice pickle joke, by the way, Dragon Trainer.
We respect
to fake a new identity. You know what? You get 2 votes.
You get 2 votes, yeah. So yeah, I will set that up in about 3 minutes for people. So 3 minutes, and then we're gonna be doing our vote. I'm like really thirsty, so I might get a Gatorade. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah.
Do you guys feel good about
Gator
that?
it up.
I feel good about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I hate it when you have a Gatorade, Amanda.
I love a Gatorade, so I think I'm gonna have one. But
Rapala thinks you
Paula says
should.
hydrate.
hey, hydrate. All right.
Can
Okay,
you
hold on.
technically use Gatorade for hydration? In
I think,
a Twitch
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, you
It's a
definitely
hydration
can.
drink.
It's got a lot of electrolytes.
Got a lot of electrolytes.
I do think you're probably best off with like a 50% sugar Gatorade because I think they might overshoot a little.
Oh, I see.
But I'm not
A
I'm not
little
like
too much.
100% on that.
Roll for the Philosophies points out it does have
It
water.
does
That
have
is the
water in
one-
it.
That's
that is
true.
the one I got.
Also true of vodka.
Well, mine is actually a sugar-free one.
I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, well, we've made this argument before. This isn't hydration. Whatever I'm doing over here, YouTube doesn't know. This isn't hydration.
That's
And
tea.
so I never hydrate from the mysterious colored
Fancy
receptacle.
sips.
Fancy
Having some
sip.
fancy
Fancy
sips
sips.
That's
as
what
we
they
say.
call it.
on the stream. Although Kurt's fancy sips are different than my fancy sips. I feel like
Atomic Sorcery. If you like board games about electoral processes, you've got to play Die Macher, 1989's German board game about the German electorate. Would you believe it's the grandfather of all Euro games that fathered?
Really?
That followed.
That fathered.
That fathered.
Huh.
Yeah,
Really?
it's actually
When was it made?
like I'm pretty sure it was 89. It's old for a like a modern feeling board game. It's been around a minute.
oh, this Gatorade isn't as good as the other Gatorades.
86. That's
Whoa,
crazy.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey DiCarlo, how's it going? Welcome on in. You
Do you like
came just
German
in time. We're
electorate
about to vote.
colleges?
it's a good
Yes.
stream, I promise.
These are the burning questions that we need to know about, DiCarlo.
I actually owned it for a while, but it does
Also,
take like 4 or 5 hours to
I
be
have
like
to
really
give
good.
a little shout out, I think, because I just saw that Michael, who on my throne, he
Get
got
him off of there.
what? No, on my throne. What is happening here? He got me Sleeping Gods, the board game.
Yes. That's the
Yeah.
exploration.
Yeah, you have like a
one?
book. I heard it's really
Yeah.
good. And then Duck was also talking about it, and then I was like, oh, I don't know. This is a big box. I don't know about this. And then I was looking at the back of the box, and I was like, oh, this actually looks really fun.
This is a Ryan Laukat game, isn't it? I've never seen such a Ryan Laukat looking game.
It's definitely.
It is.
Yeah, I think it is.
100%
yeah,
it is.
I think it is.
What other games is Ryan Laukat?
Gosh, a bunch. Laukat did Above and Below.
Above and Below.
Did what is it called? 8-Minute Empires, something like that. The little
Yeah,
cutie
yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Laukat is famous because he is both an illustrator and a designer. So like he makes his
Oh.
games
Does it
and
all.
the pictures for it, which is just so cool. What a flex!
I
Oh,
know.
did Near and Far, did Rome, did Empires of the
Rome.
Void, did
That's-
Yeah.
Islebound. Not
Wow.
Rome like
Not
Roman Empire.
Oh,
Rome like
Rome, ROA.
Rome. Roam about.
I see.
Wander, but Rome. Okay, Amanda, you were counting down, and I'm getting itchy feet. I think it's just about
Yeah,
time.
I think it is.
Let me
Let's
vote.
do it. Let me start the polls up.
Guys, I don't know what I'm voting
If you guys
for.
want the games, yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know what
Each
I'm
of
voting
us in the agenda maybe will just somewhere write our vote
Somewhere.
somewhere.
Should
Right.
So that we
we?
don't influence
We
each
could
other?
just write them down. Do you guys want to write them down?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
I
can,
could do
like,
it in real
reveal
life.
them?
Okay, sure.
Is that
Do you have a writing utensil nearby?
I can get one. Let me set up these polls first, and then I'll.
Oh, we're revealing them.
get
Okay, I'm gonna
mine.
write this more legibly.
That way, it's a little bit more dramatic. I feel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm on board.
Mhm,
Or not all of them have boards though.
Which indie RPG game
Why did
Was
they
that
let
you
me on
giving
the
away
air?
your-
should we play? Which
Oh, I
Was it?
tried not to.
RPG game should we play a campaign?
Don't write RPG game. It's like ATM machine.
Yeah, which RPG? But it's just the game is just there for the people that don't know.
You could write role playing game.
I'll just write
Huh?
role playing game.
Or RP game? which sounds.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
What about an AT
It is
machine?
redundant.
A PI number.
Yes. What was I saying?
I just had a moment like,
and
oh, can
Michael
the camera see
also
this?
got me my Brat t-shirt that is from Charlie XCX's merch. So I'm gonna get one of those, and hopefully I'll have it for when I go to the concert, which I'm really
Is she like a
excited.
sausage
going to Charlie XCX?
manufacturer?
She's
Kurt,
a
Don't tell him.
yes.
It's Brat Summer, Kurt, so we're all getting Bratwurst.
Brown.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Worst
nice for a
summer.
girl.
That's what I've heard.
Worst summer.
Oh my goodness. So I'm very excited about that. So yes, thank you, Michael, for the throne gifts. I don't know if you're here, Michael, but thank you. Whoa, Riddlelock, thank you so much for resubscribing. 1 year. Whoa. Thank you so much.
I didn't even know you were subscribed.
I didn't even know that we passed 9 months. Riddlelock, what is our sub baby called? You gotta let me know. We gotta name the baby. That's a long
name the
time.
baby. Oswald.
No.
Oh, something interesting happened.
I started the poll. Did you see
Okay,
that?
Kurt.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, I see.
It's not.
I'm starting it right now on YouTube as well.
Okay. I will be honorable and not vote on the poll. I don't think you guys shouldn't, but I won't, because I get a whole vote to myself.
I'm not going to. I'm just going to use my vote. My one vote. I'm going to be honest.
Taylor volunteers Roll PG, which honestly the best one so
Roll
far.
PG.
Love Roll PG.
Ah, yes. Roll PG.
Anthony's desperate, doesn't know what to do. ATM game pretty good, Rapala. DeCarlo, I gotta say, SSN always throws me off because in Canada they're called Sin, which I feel like is very funny. And if they were called Sin in the States, probably there would be a lot of evangelicals who were very mad at the government all the time.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but they can't say
Security.
that down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they come up with social insurance number and they were like, ooh, we can't do that. Search for synonyms for insurance. Security, that will do. I feel like this is too much power in my hands.
Well, you gotta live this life, so.
Sometimes you gotta live this life. Okay, so I am going to get my paper.
Votes are starting to come in. I'm seeing them. I've already written mine, so.
You can see the votes coming in? Wait, where can I see the votes coming in?
I can see them coming in on Twitch.
On Twitch. On Twitch.
Twitchy Twitch. Don't call it that. It's worse if you call it Twitchy. Twitch seems fine. Twitchy seems like you're just kind of being rude to the platform. I just want, while we're waiting, I do want to tell everyone that I'm actually very bad at writing upside down. So making the little like text that wraps around the vintage wallpaper that I downloaded was slow. Like, what way does S go?
Yeah, DeCarlo, I love that you arrived at the end of all this, just as we were about to vote. Perfect timing to be confused.
Ideal.
Yes, if you pick a game in the chat, DeCarlo, all the links open up. I don't know if you're on mobile. I know Daniel was saying on his mobile it doesn't minimize the Twitch, but on mine it does, so I don't know if that helps. But you saw, okay. Yeah, we described them a little bit, but I think the pages
Probably
give you
the
a pretty good idea.
Funny thing about Archipelago is that
Oh,
it
my
does
laptop's
just
nice.
open straight to the PDF.
Oh, does it?
Just right
Yeah,
to the
because
vote.
it's free. It's
Oh,
free.
that's a lot of information.
It's a lot of
maybe.
information, yeah. But there's not like, you can't buy it. It's not like it's free, but you could buy it. It's like, no, this is free.
For
This
people
is
that
all
might
the way
be
free.
joining us right in this moment and want to vote, could we just give like a quick like elevator, like one line, this is what this RPG is, go.
Okay, but let's each do a different game.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Amanda,
I'll
which
start.
one are you most confident?
Yazeba's. is a bed and breakfast game. We don't have characters. Instead, we're playing little vignettes, and we're playing specific characters that are in the book. Not playing them, but telling their story of like when they come to the bed and breakfast. And it's very whimsical and very weird.
City of Winter. The sequel to the game that made us fall in love with playing board games together, or RP games. And play as a family, fleeing a mysterious darkness. Tell stories as we flee across the landscape to the City of Winter, where hopefully we find a home.
Archipelago. Our characters have big destinies in a world of our own creation. We don't know what it will be about. We don't know what will happen, but the world and our characters will be our own, and the things that they go through will be world-changing. So, we are coming to the end of our voting process here, I think. We're not quite there, but we're almost there.
Not quite? Okay, not quite.
I think we might be there, though, is the thing. Amanda, what do you think? We're close.
I think we're almost there. The polls are still going. We have a few minutes left.
Okay.
YouTube, get in there and vote.
How's YouTube's looking? Space. That's a good question. So right now we have 2 votes on YouTube. One is for Yazeba's, and the other one is for Archipelago. Archipelago?
Archipelago.
Archipelago.
It took me so long.
It feels like you could say it a million ways, that word, doesn't it?
There might be more than one way. Hold on.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Archipelago sounds the most right.
Okay, Archipelago, it seems, is like
Daniel, that is very early.
Sorry, but the 4
a.m. When does Daniel wake up?
4 a.m.
Oh,
good night, Daniel, and thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Loved having you, but geez.
Also, I forgot to update Riddlelock's resub on our thing here. We're 185 out of 190.
So, DeCarlo, like, I am right, but also you can apparently say Archipelago as well. You can say Archipelago or, secondary option, Archipelago, which feels wrong to me, but it's here on Merriam-Webster.
Nerd incorrect. Thank you so much for rating in. Hello, everyone. What a bizarre time to rate us. Thank you so much for coming in.
I think this is election interference.
This is great. We are in the middle of picking what our next RPG game will be, and this is the game that we're going to play a campaign of. Welcome on in, Raiders. This is my stream. Hello, my name's Amanda. You can call me Vamp if you want. I'm a variety streamer, and this is our Mondays. So on Mondays, we play an RPG game. But today, we're actually choosing what RPG game. Oh, man, and an ad break just happened. Wow, that's an awkward time for that, too.
Oh, no.
It's all going great here. But yes, so we are not playing anything, but we are deciding what we're going to play next. Normally, we do indie RPG one-shots. So these are all role-playing games that are usually one session. We're going to do a campaign. So this is a pretty big deal for us. We don't usually do campaigns. So you can influence what we do next if you would like to vote in our poll. If you'd like to know more about the games that we're playing, yes, you can pick a game in the chat, just like Atomic Sorcery did. Thank you for that. And all the links come up, and you can kind of check them each out. They're all very different, very fun, and I would say all of them have a bit of whimsy to them. So that is something where I think there is a bit of an overlap.
I mean, we'll be playing them, so how could they not?
We'll bring the whimsy, yeah. Critter Nation
there.
Is here too. Hello, Critter Nation. And hello, Nerd Incorrect. Hello, Tim. How's it going? I'm sorry I didn't get to see you at Gen Con. I only saw you in passing. And as you pointed out, I didn't even really see you because I didn't have my glasses on. But I saw a blur that looked and sounded like you. Roll for Felicity, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you for the 2 months. Thank you as well for using your Prime. I didn't say this to Riddlelock before, but I'm going to say this to both of you. Thank you so much for using your Prime. You could use it anywhere on all of Twitch, and you decided to use it here, and that really, really means a lot to me. So thank you so much for supporting the stream. I do also, although Anthony and Kurt refused my money, I do keep track of when we do these streams, what money we made, if we make money, and I keep track of it. So maybe one day in the future, I was saying when we're the next Critical Role, but for indie RPGs.
Don't say that. Don't say that. It's embarrassing, Mom.
Oh no. Kurt's leaving the stream because you said that on stream.
I think it's gonna happen.
But I liked it.
And we're
Amanda.
also in Canada, so that's perfect because I feel like Canada is like really coming up. So it could be us. We could be next.
As a country?
Yeah, as a country, in terms of like,
There.
just performers that are from Canada.
Okay,
like
yeah.
We're entering more of a global state. Like people are like, oh, Canada, they have talented
Manifesting.
people. I'm like, yeah, we do. We have talented people. What's in Archipelago? Is it an island? Yeah.
It's a bunch of islands.
Yes, a gathering.
Critter Nation asking, what's Critical Role? Love it.
I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think it has to do with RPG games.
I think Critical Role is when you roll something, but it's dangerous. So like,
You got it, Amanda.
yeah,
Folks, votes are in.
Voting.
votes are in. I gotta end the poll on
And that poll on YouTube.
because that one is not timed. I also messed up the writing.
Did you do election interference? What did you do wrong?
Hold on a second.
You did end your question with a preposition, I think, which that's not good.
I didn't even say the other stuff. I'm so bad when I get ready. I don't even know. I don't do this right. But also I do other things. But this is what Monday nights are. I also play video games. I play board games. I cosplay. I build Legos. I open cards. I just did a Magic the Gathering Bloomborough deck unbox where we opened up 2 commander decks that were kindly gifted to me by stream. Chiefly one of my major supporters, if not DiCarlo. I don't think did you fund all of it? Someone else also I think pitched. So there were some other people, but DiCarlo funded a lot of those decks. So thank you again, DiCarlo, for that. And to everyone that supported that. So yeah, we do lots of weird things. Sometimes I bake. Sometimes I just come on here and I just monologue for a bit and chat with you guys.
But right now, we come on here and make a choice because we're here. Amanda, Anthony, have you made your decisions? Have you written down your vote?
Yeah.
I have voted.
Oh, I messed it up again. Okay, I'm just gonna...
Oh, the writing that you're doing with your hands, you're messing
writing
up.
the game.
I keep misspelling it. I want to write these 2
We'll know
letters.
what you mean.
I know, but it's embarrassing, but it's fine.
Okay, well, it's most embarrassing
It's very
if Amanda's
obvious.
voted for City of Winter, because those are, like, really normal words to know how to spell. The other 2, however, more
Whoa,
confusing.
DiCarlo! Whoa! What the heck? Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. DiCarlo just coming in like the resident mad lad that he is, VIPing it up and gifting 10 subs. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. We have smashed our goal for the night. We are above 190. I'll set us up to 200 just in case we want to overshoot. But thank you so much. We're also closer to unlocking our cosplay stream, which would be really fun. Archipelago is what Eglos is saying in the chat. Archipelago? I don't think that's how we say it.
No,
Archipelago?
That's the right way to pronounce it.
Archipelago.
Yeah, Archipelago.
Yeah.
It's a silent P.
It's a silent P.
But you may never have to say it again. Amanda, have you finished writing your vote?
Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, Nerd Incorrect community. Did I finish writing it? I did.
Okay, folks. Our vote from chat was pretty clear. With the majority of votes, we have Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast coming out as the winner with 7 total votes. More than any other single game. So, each of us gets a vote as well. And I will ask that you prepare. Are you both ready to reveal?
I'm ready.
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh, wait.
That is almost a sweep. We're going to be playing a campaign of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, folks.
What, Kurt? I missed your vote. What did you go for?
Oh, mine was City of Winter.
Oh, yeah, City of Winter.
I didn't have any trouble spelling mine.
Yeah, it was telling when I said that. Oh,
No, it
DiCarlo, thank
wasn't.
you for gifting a sub to Anthony. That's so kind of
Thanks,
you.
DeCarlo.
That's so kind.
That's so
of you.
sweet.
Thank you.
I love
DiCarlo.
subscribing to myself.
Yeah, DiCarlo, you're so kind. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone is now talking about Archipelago in chat.
Wow, this is exciting, guys. I think that confirms it.
But
as
despite you all
3 to
talking
1,
about it,
voting Kurt down.
we are
I
doing
picked
yes
the choices, though. Let's be honest, I would have
Yeah.
been thrilled regardless of what we got. So,
yeah,
folks,
they're all good. Vladdy
Yazeba's
says
bed and
everyone's a
breakfast.
sub now. I mean, I don't know. There's over 3,000 people. But I don't
Some
know
of
if
you
we're
must
all
be
subs.
doms.
That's true. That's true. Some of them must be doms. Where are my doms at in chat?
Dom sound off.
But yes,
Okay, but this is very exciting.
I'm very excited. I think this is another one I'm going to have to buy a copy of it. I thought about buying it when I was at Gen Con, honestly. Oh, do you guys want to see... Oh, wait, but we didn't show the PowerPoint.
Sure, you can show them the PowerPoint. Why not?
I want to show them
A
the
link
PowerPoint, but I also want to show you guys... Okay, let me show you the PowerPoint first, and then after I have some photos I want to share with people. This is becoming like Amanda's little old lady stream. We're gonna do a PowerPoint, and I'm gonna show you some pictures
Show
from my
you some photos.
vacation.
Oh,
Yeah,
if
what
you're
was the
going to
voice
do
that
a
I
little
did at
show
the
and tell,
beginning?
I have a terrible show and tell thing,
Yes.
too.
Okay. Oh, it's hair. Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're gonna show.
Yeah.
I'm
Should I?
excited.
Hard to say.
I think you should. Okay. I've entered the slideshow. I never thought I'd say that, but here we are.
We're good streamers.
I've entered the slideshow. I think if I do this, then it'll... Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me just... Hold on.
Night, Daniel.
Good night, Daniel. Thank you so much for being here. Properties. No, not properties. Sorry, I need to do my... Where are my filters at? Edit filters. Let me just take that off.
Atomic Sorcery will work on this combo game in the background so that we can play all of them.
We appreciate it, Atomic Sorcery.
All right. All right. I got to take all of your beautiful chats and I think the sub goal off here because I don't want to ruin the aesthetic of this PowerPoint. It's very important. Am I thrown? I don't giggle.
I mean, it is funny, right?
All
It is
right.
still a PowerPoint.
So this is the this would have been great. I should have brought this up. I'm sorry. But this is Yezeba's. This is what we're going to be playing. Misfits live and grow at a bed and breakfast run by a heartless witch where it's always September 15th. Oh, thank you so much for the hype train. Oh my gosh. Hype train level 4. Thank
Choo-choo,
you.
baby.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and it tells you how we're going to be playing. This is all the stuff we talked about. City of Winter. Ooh, this is so pretty. A family flees the Riverlands, chased by the Umbra on their way to the City of Winter. We really need to play this one too, though. We got to play this at some point.
There will be more campaigns.
Yeah.
I hope.
There will be more.
And Archipelago.
Archipelago.
Archipelago, or however we say it. In a world of our own creation, 3 figures meet their destinies as their fates entwine and diverge. Honestly, this also I feel like would be super fun. We got to do all of these at some point. That's what I think. But that's it. It's just 3 slides, baby. Nice and simple.
It's beautiful. Beautiful slides, Kurt.
Nice and simple. Very beautiful. Yeah, I should have just brought these. We could have done this while the poll was going on. What a fool I was. I'm sorry, guys. I dropped the ball. Kurt made a beautiful
they'll mostly
PowerPoint
be
for
seeing
us.
our faces, won't they?
I mean, yeah. People do like to see our faces, I think. But what a beautiful PowerPoint you made, and I didn't use it. But I guess you used it to break
I
down
did.
what the games were about. So.
And I need those to remind myself what things are about.
Yeah,
Because
there's a
I
lot
make
of
it
things.
for you, but I also make it for me.
Yes.
You've said many a time. Kurt also makes a slideshow of all the games that we play in every season of this stream. Just for those of you who don't know,
Arla
so there's many a
Lego.
slideshow that's been created, and Kurt's always looking at his own slideshow.
Critter
out what's
Nation
next.
is asking, is this from Game of Thrones? Did you mean the one from Archipelago? I don't know. Kurt, where'd you get that image from?
Right. So Archipelago is the only game that basically doesn't have art. There's some stock art in it, but the whole game is inspired by Ursula Le Guin's Earthsea series of novels, I believe is what they're called.
Cool.
I haven't read them, which I know is a shame. I will. I promise I will. But it is cover art from one of her pieces.
There you go.
So there you go.
Which is fitting because that's the vibe the game was going for, right?
Yeah,
Aglos
very intentionally.
says 10 out of 10 PowerPoint.
Wow.
Aglos also says Kurt
Good
has
reviews.
good taste, to be honest.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Good games.
I
right?
would agree with that. Oh, City of Winter, I mean, because you're fleeing the Riverlands.
Ah, interesting.
I never thought about that.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Stoked for City of Winter. I might buy that scroll. I told myself I wasn't going to get the full scroll
Right.
because,
You
you know,
kind of need the full
she's a
scroll,
little
though.
pricey, but I
Yeah,
think
I think you should do
I'm gonna
it.
I think I'm gonna do it.
I think you'll regret
your
it
boy
if you
loves a
don't.
scroll.
So
Right? Like years from now,
You're gonna
me
be like,
surrounded by my scrolls, I'll be like, this was the right choice.
oh, what are you talking about? My new glasses, DiCarlo? Oh yeah, those glasses are actually pretty old. If I showed you the case, it's like falling apart. But I mean, they are one of my newest pairs, and by one of my newest pairs, I mean they are a few years old. I think I got them in 2021, maybe. I don't have insurance because I'm a streamer, so I don't know when I'll be buying new glasses again, if ever. But I have two
So
pairs that I got
sad.
last time, so and they're still pretty newish. I think they still look very stylish. But you know, sometimes time passes. I still have my original frames that I first got when I got glasses, and those
Like when?
frames are dated.
How long ago?
When did I get my first pair of glasses? That's a good question. Maybe 2012, 2011.
Wow.
I think was
Yeah,
when I first
nice.
got glasses. And they are a pair of DKNY frames that are like a cat eye. They're still cute, but they're like, oh yeah, those are like more than a decade old for sure. For sure. So, yeah. But my new ones feel a bit more timeless. I feel like you can't go wrong with a what is that called? Like the bespeckled, it's like a tortoise.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
tortoise shell.
Tortoise
Yeah.
shell. That's always classic pattern. And then my other
If you
ones are
wait-
metal, so
Ooh.
yeah, they're like a rose gold color.
Well,
With
you've
a,
got a
like,
good
wing.
number of glasses, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, should I bust out my favorite pair before I show you guys these pictures that I bought for a stream that we did?
Well,
yeah. Actually, that's
sure,
Do you
yeah,
guys
it's gotta
remember
happen
these?
now, right?
Yeah. Dude,
Ah, little throwback moment, y'all. John H says, I'm the biggest Earthsea fan of all time.
Whoa.
A Wizard of Earthsea had the first wizarding school in fantasy lit. Sorry, Harry Potter. Ooh. Shade thrown. I love it. I love it, John.
We love to see it.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's so great. Time to get sponsored by a glasses company, says Aglos. That would be great.
That'd be sick.
Tom's are who my frames are from, and I will happily shout out Tom's because Tom's gives glasses to other people that need them. So when you buy a pair, someone else gets a pair of glasses that's in need that can't get
Could
them.
be Amanda.
Maybe it'll be me. Maybe I'll be one of those people. I'll be like, look, I have no insurance. They'll be like, you get a free pair of
There
glasses.
you go.
I'll be right back.
We're giving frames to streamers in need. Critter Nation, I love the idea of adding change glasses to the wheel. Apparently, Amanda has enough pairs that
So it
that,
seems.
that
yeah.
would be okay. She's complaining about not having insurance, but she has more glasses than any person I've ever met.
Yeah. It's a lot of glasses.
I've
Stained
been
glasses.
giggling. I've been
Okay.
giggling at chat. Cool Grandpa 420, great name. I love and we hate fundamentalism after reading his fundamental. That's very funny. And I liked up here, just Rob, when you said that there can only be one campaign, and I imagined us like getting so into Yazebas that we end up just playing Yazebas for the rest of this whole entire stream. We like throwaways, indie RPG thing. We just become a Yazebas only stream, and we'll look back on this moment, and Kurt will shed a single tear of never being able to play City of Winter.
And yet, Maybe I would also just be thrilled to play that much Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast.
We might open the envelope if we did that.
All right, so let me show you these glasses. Also, Just Rob is saying, I thought Health Canada was just like $35 a month. This is a common, I'll break this down for you guys real quick.
Canada.
This is a common misconception, Just Rob. If you mean our health insurance in Canada, yes, we do have health insurance. OHIP, we get Ontario Health Insurance, the Ontario Health Insurance Program in our province, but it does not cover your eyes. Does not cover dental. Does not cover drugs. Well,
Rob's just doing a little jokey reference that we didn't get. To what? I'm about to find out, and then I'll laugh along with Rob. I'll go, ha 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 ha.
Oh, I don't know. What is Health Canada?
Gonna find out. Maybe I won't. It's hard to say.
I'm really searching Google over here. I don't know.
So these are the glasses that I got.
Aren't those cool, guys?
They're pretty cool.
Is this from our days
I remember those.
I don't remember. I got them. We used them in a stream for sure. But we got them because we were talking about these frames that were being advertised, and we were like, yeah, like who would, I think Kurt saw them, and then you brought them up, Kurt, and then I was like, I've seen those too. And then I was just like, I need to get these to see, like, do these even look good? And I think the answer that we can all say definitively is no, they do not. But I don't know. I feel like I could kind of work them. They're very quirky, though. Like beyond
excessively quirky.
Yeah.
You're definitely a villain in whatever show you were in.
Yeah, no question. Or at least like somebody's weird aunt, you know? Like that's a possibility.
Oh, I could definitely be someone's weird aunt. That would be
true.
Perfect for me. That's a perfect cast. Where's Waldo? Yeah, these are weird frames. So those are the ones that I got. Critter Nation said that hurt me to look at. Great. Well, you're welcome, Critter Nation. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. But yeah, I don't know what Medicare is like, but I know that health insurance here is, I mean, you get a lot of stuff with it. So I'm not saying you don't get anything. I mean, I literally had heart surgery and I didn't pay for that. That was paid with my health insurance. So you get stuff with the Canadian health insurance, but they're just, sometimes people think that it like includes like every little thing. And I'm like, it's not like that. But
no
also,
teeth, no eyes, no drugs. Pretty much
but
sums it up.
Some drugs you get some coverage, and
yeah.
If you're gonna die.
If you're gonna die, and also, what else was I gonna say? And also, you can go anywhere you want, which I know with like American insurance. Now this is insurance, so it's different, but with their insurance programs, like there is only specific places you can go. So if you're like out of state, you have to like find the locations near you that accept your insurance because only certain ones do. And it sounds so confusing. I was like, I'm very glad that we have health insurance because I don't want to, I can go to any doctor and I can just show my OHIP card. I can walk in to any doctor and say, here's my card. And they'll say, great, we'll look after you. As opposed to saying, you got to pay $1 million. And even then, they would just say, even if I didn't have health, they would still let you go there. You would just have to pay for it. Which I guess with the health insurance, the thing is, those are the places that are covered so that you don't have to pay more than what you've already paid. These are the glasses that I was wearing today, and I just wanted to show you guys the case, which is, yes, very well worn. And finally, before I show you the photos that are more relevant than me showing off glasses. Also, yeah, I do have enough glasses I could put that on the wheel. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, I don't know where my other ones are. I think they're in a different case. But this is where I used to keep
glasses
my
show and tell
original pair. I'll bust those out for another stream, I promise.
At one point, Dragon Trainer said, Kurt and Anthony, can I ask you guys some questions? And I was like, go for it. Not really knowing what to expect. And the question seems to be, would you rather be a cop or a firefighter?
Yo,
just not what I thought. Easy firefighter choice for me, though. Firefighter 100% of the time.
Yeah, I'll go firefighter, too.
It's just how it is.
Dragon Trainer, hit us up with some more questions.
I hate to do this to you, Dragon Trainer, because I know it's so hard to train your dragon to set the fires, but we got to put them out. Somebody's got to do it.
Oh, my hard work.
All right. So I'm going to show you guys these photos.
Slideshow.
Slideshow, if I can find them. Day 2. There it is. Aha. I gotta grab them from my folder. But yeah, so... Oh, I guess this is more like an image. Did I take a picture of the booth? I don't know if I took a picture. I think I did, but that was the last day. But I took a little video. I didn't take a picture of the things that I got for you guys. Oh, I thought I took a picture of that. That's sad.
Wow,
Sorry,
sad.
Amanda. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I know, because I didn't.
Well, you
show
figure out what picture.
I got it. Here it is.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
I got it. Can I think I could just show this to you in my drive. I don't think this is incriminating in any way. I hope not.
What else is in your drive?
Many
Anthony
incriminating
does have a
things.
cat, Aglos15.
So
Nice
this
cat.
is the Possum Creek Games booth that I saw, and we were right like across from it. So
This is tricky.
Possum Creek was here, and then next to it was Alpha Clash, and then we were like basically right across from Alpha Clash. So, and on Friday I went in there, and you can see it kind of in the bottom left corner, but that's where all the Yazebas is. It's right over there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
There
and
it
they had
is.
it open, and you could like kind of flip through, and I was like, man, this
They
is real
sold
cool.
out too. It was
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. I'm not surprised.
Did you meet one Jay Dragon?
I believe I did meet Jay, but I didn't. I was in a rogue cosplay, so I didn't say, hi, I don't know if you know me. I'm Amanda from the stream team. We've streamed a Wander Home, and we loved it, and said all that. Because I was, like, literally rogue and in my accent and everything, because I was promoting my Marvel RPG stream that was happening the next day, the next evening.
Right. And Jay would have been so confused. Jay
Yeah,
would've been
so I
"No,
was
you're
like,
rogue."
I don't know. Maybe not when I'm in my cosplay. But next time I see Jay and I myself, I will definitely introduce myself to them. But it was a very cute setup that they had, and it was like shared between a few people. So I got some stuff, I think, from maybe both sides. I think I got some stuff. I got from like both sides, but I got you guys each a sticker sheet and some
That's
pins.
cute.
For us?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love a
That's
sticker.
so cute.
Yeah. So I'll
Stickers.
send that out to you. I have it still. I haven't unpacked my bag, so I'm
Cute.
still gonna do that.
That's adorable.
But I'll send you guys pictures later. I'll put pictures in the Discord for people if they want to see the souvenirs I got for Kurt and Anthony.
Hee hee. Lucky us. You guys don't get it, but we do.
Kurt, be nice.
No, I'm special.
I mean,
No.
this is true. Yeah, that is another reaction I hadn't thought about. Oh my god, Rogue played my game. That would be pretty cool.
Do love that.
I just always feel awkward when I'm in like a cosplay, unless I'm somewhere
Yeah.
where the cosplay like fits the thing. So like I went over to Dice Throne and they know me, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's me, but you might not recognize me. But they've also exclusively seen me in cosplay, so I feel like that is how they now almost know me best. Like if I come to the booth and I'm not in cosplay for Dice Throne, they're probably gonna be like, who is she?
Who are you?
More confused. Oh, DiCarlo, the ASMR is still up. I forgot to take that one off. Let me remove that one. No ASMR right now, but we did do that the other day.
Kurt, did you see where Apollo said you are special in chat? Which feels a little mean.
I'll take
You
it.
are special.
I
I'll
would
take
agree.
it. Okay. Well, I guess
do it?
that's yeah, we did it. So folks, I guess the only other things that I have to say with RPG talk in mind is not 100% sure how long we're going to be playing Yazebas. We could be playing for a couple sessions. We could be playing for a heck load. We're just going to have to see how it feels and how long we want to keep doing it. But after Yazebas, there's going to be another season. Another season full of new one-shots, hot, fresh new games, old games, cool games, weird games, all kinds of stuff. You better believe I've already got a list of stuff that we're going to be checking out when the time comes. But in the interim, thank you so much for joining us today, for choosing a game. It was fun to have your input, which
Yeah, thanks. That was a blast.
It was
also you
so
agreed.
good.
So look at that.
Amazing. I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be weird. We're not playing a game. But it was great. It was fun.
It was
Thanks
fun.
for making it fun, guys.
It was just a nice little chat, and thank you everyone for joining us and chatting with us and just being cool people. Thank you to everybody that subbed. That was not expected. I really appreciate you. Thank you to Cool Grandpa 420 for following while I was probably away from the stream. I heard you guys call out to Cool Grandpa, but man, what a freaking fantastic name. Also, Atomic Sorcery, thank you so much for resubscribing with Prime. I'm sorry I missed that. Atomic Sorcery said, I love black and white art, in relation, I'm sure, to some of that art that we had up. Yeah, from City of Winter. So thank you so much for that. And I'll say what I always say to my folks that use the Primes here. There are so many channels that you could use your Prime on that are not me. So you choosing me of everyone else on this platform really means a lot. So thank you so much for using your Prime here. Thank you. Yeah, I am so happy that we got to do this stream. I am so excited to play games with you guys. I'm so excited.
Super exciting. It's great every time. And I love to just chat too. Actually, shoot, speaking of games and chatting, Dragon Trainer, we did answer in the chat, but Anthony and I played a lot of games. Ocarina of Time, Super Mario World. I really liked weird PC games too. I liked Lego Rock Raiders.
Nice.
I liked The Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I played a lot of those Harry Potter games early on.
I played a lot of those.
All of them different though.
All of them very different.
Very different.
I used to play the PC ones a lot, which I saw someone doing an ASMR series where she was playing through them. Dude, I was like, this is like so relaxing and nostalgic. Like, oh. I also loved Sims. I loved board games a lot. I played a lot of board games. I played Clue. I played Risk a lot growing up. I loved Yahtzee. A lot of, Americana trash, basically. Not to insult them, but that's what a lot of people would call those gays, hobbyists. But I say
Stratego?
that, more like trash, like when you get like a blockbuster, like a Michael Bay movie that you're like, oh, this is entertaining, but it's not art, I guess is how people look at a lot of those games. But I love those games, and I was like the person that every year wanted to like get a new game or 2 new games for Christmas. That was always like my top picks. So played a lot of board games, and what else do I like playing? Played a lot of racing games growing up, like Forza. I played a lot of Halo. I love
that.
Halo.
Makes sense though, because your dad with the racing, right? So why wouldn't you play racing games?
My cousin Brian and I would like just stay up like super late and just play like racing games. But I also loved RPG games. Fable is one that I remember when the new Fable trailer dropped, actually, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. And then people were like, I guess I can't like Fable anymore because girls like Fable or something. Like all of a sudden, and I was like, we were here since the beginning, you know that, right? Like I was like, I played Fable when it first came out. I've played every Fable multiple times. I love Fable. Actually, we need to go back. I want to do a series where I revisit Fable and play through all of them again. I bought like all the Fables, I think, on my PC. Dragon Age was a big one as well. But yeah, I love RPG games. These are all
sick games. These are great games. Yeah.
And definitely Nintendo games, but I always played those with friends.
Sure.
Because I only had an original, like a NES.
That's cool as hell.
That's all we had.
That's kind of cred right there, actually.
When I grew up, I was playing Duck Hunt, and then I was also playing the Mario Brothers. Those were like my 2 favorite games.
I mean, they're great games. Oh, DeCarlo, here's a Might and Magic.
Nice.
It's an excellent cut.
This is
Ooh,
awesome.
actually during the pandemic, I had to do something. So inside, to keep the house clean, I would play a game called Choros with my wife, in which we would play. It's a hot seat game, right? So one of you is taking a turn, the other person is not. While it wasn't your turn, you were doing chores.
I did a stretch,
Yeah,
Rob. Did you guys do a
that's
stretch?
hilarious.
Did you guys do
Yeah,
that stretch? Yeah, I
yeah, I
think
did
we
it.
did
I'll
it.
do it again though. Why
Yeah,
not?
we'll stretch again
This
for
is a
you.
good stretch right now for me. This is a having like here sore today.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you.
No.
My
Did you work
whole
out
body
today?
is sore.
Yeah, I did, but
Yeah.
that's why. But yeah,
Um,
uh, didn't play Spider-Man, Dragon Trainer, but yeah,
Spider-Man. Have you guys ever played the Spider-Man game on PlayStation? I have, but I don't own a PlayStation, but I've borrowed to play, and it's sick. Just Rob is also asking if Prime subs get you money. They do. They do get you money, yeah. They're
they do
free
get her
for you
money.
to give, but
Dollars for
Amazon
her to get.
does give us money for that, which is a nice thing that they do.
Suckers.
I mean, they have the money to give us, let's be real.
Now, let's be real.
I think there's
Come on,
growth, you
Jeff.
guys.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff.
Come on, Jeff. Come on. So they give you that Amazon Prime sub for being a Prime member, and then on Amazon, and then you can give it to a channel if you're Prime on Amazon. And I hope they never get rid of that, because honestly, I think that's a really nice thing. And I cherish my Prime, and I every now and then I just when I give it to someone, I feel like I'm like, here's a little thing to say that like I really love you, and I want to use my one free I get here in this spot. It just feels very like precious to me with when I use my Prime.
A sweet thing, a nice token.
A nice token.
My friends who like to plug things, who have things to plug. Do you want to plug them?
I do have some things today. I've got a couple things actually. Oaks. Oaks.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa.
So thing number one, I'm gonna be kickstarting a weird game soon where you make puppets and yell at each other with the puppets. It's called Sock Puppets. You should be able to just Google Sock Puppets RPG and find the pre-launch Kickstarter page. Smash that follow button, baby, because I don't like to say it. I don't like to say it, but it helps. It helps to have people looking at that campaign because there will be a game available very soon.
We played
Also,
it on this stream.
we played it
was
on
fun.
this stream. Yeah, the video is still out there. You can watch it on Amanda's YouTube channel. It was silly as hell, and I had a great time.
And
It
it
was a
will
blast.
continue to be, I'm sure.
Yeah, it will be.
You too can be silly as hell.
You too.
All right, that's one thing, Kurt. That's a crazy big thing. That's very
Um,
exciting.
I released a couple other games in the past month or so.
Oh my
One is
God.
a game poem collection. It's called Letters We Didn't Write Together. You can click on the link for guests where you can go straight to my page where the games go. There are free copies. If you scroll down on the page, you can download a book of poems that are kind of games that are kind of poems. And you can still get my Zelda fan tabletop game for free right now until I finish drawing the pretty pictures for it. That is also on the same page. That is more hustling than I usually do, so I will take a step back. You've heard enough from me. Amanda, you've got a lot going on. Let's hear
Me.
it.
I will be streaming on Wednesday, and I will be having so many videos for you guys soon. Actually, it's kind of early, so when I finish this, I might even film a couple things before I go to bed. I just finished Batman
He never
Caped
stops.
Crusader, so I need to talk to you guys about that because I have a lot of thoughts. About that season. I'm going to be doing my Uncanny X-Men issue number 1 video. I started scripting it. I just have to finish it. It's taken me a minute to get down here to sit and formulate my thoughts, but as soon as I sat down today, it was like there's a whole monologue there about why I like Rogue and why she's such an important character to me, and I basically psychoanalyzed myself as to why I feel like I connected with her subconsciously as a child and as an adult and what that's about. So that's in there. I don't know if that's a thing people wanted, but it's gonna be in there. And I cannot wait to talk to you about that issue because I also have a lot of thoughts about that. And yeah, I will be streaming on Wednesday. We're going to be playing some Tale in the morning, and then I will be on again on Thursday in the evening. We'll be playing more Baldur's Gate. Dragon Trainer, were you asking if I am a gamer? Me? Nah, me? No, never played a game in my life.
We've never heard of them, actually.
I would not presume to give myself such a label. I'll let you, the viewer, decide. Thursday, I'm going to be playing Baldur's Gate 3 some more, which I'm really excited about. We just met Karlak, I think, is her name. Kalark? I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong.
Archipelago?
I think it's Kalark. Karlark? Someone's going to correct me. Kalark, I believe. Karlak. No, I was right the first time. Shouldn't have corrected myself. Karlak, we just met her. She's great, and I'm very excited to team up with her. So we're going to be continuing that romantic thread with our new Dommy Mommy friend. And we've also got... What else is going on? On Monday. Next Monday is my streamiversary. It's like my second year streamiversary, I think. 2? I think it's 2. I went to look it up on Twitch earlier, and then I got distracted by setting up the stream. But I think it's my second year streamiversary. So we'll be doing that. I'm going to be doing a PO unbox. People sent a bunch of stuff. You can't see it, but there's a big pile over here. And I got to go get some more stuff to pick up and add to that. And I got to go get some more stuff, actually, that was just sent because Michael sent those things. So I'm going to order those. And if I have them in time for the stream, I will also open them up. And we'll hang out. We'll chat. It'll be fun. So that's what I got going on. I'm going to go watch Borderlands probably tomorrow night, and then I'll probably be reviewing that. Oh, boy.
Wow. You got so much going on.
Yeah.
We both did. Whoops. Sorry for the stream of consciousness plugs there, y'all.
That was a lot of plugs. I'm Batman.
Amazing.
That's what they call me. Yeah. Batmanda is here to review Capes Crusader. I'll be the judge of Capes Crusader. I am Batmanda. Yeah, Borderlands is going to be interesting. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, pray for me, everyone. Anthony, what about you?
Well, I don't have any fun game things to plug like all of you, but
Thank you.
I did work for a long time on
You did.
report about how happy Canadians are and
Let's
how they're
go.
doing. And we have released the Canadian Happiness Report for 2024 over on my Twitter that you can find in the guess tag if you type it there into chat. If you're at all interested in Canadians, how they're doing, and young Canadians, I'm really interested in that. And you can check it out on my Twitter or just go like the tweet or follow. That would be appreciated.
Real academic research, folks. This isn't a gag.
I'm
Anthony's
excited
really smart.
to see how we're doing.
That's
I'm
that's how I do.
nervous about that report.
Well, young people aren't doing so hot, but they remain satisfied with their lives, even if they're getting a little bit worse.
Okay, well that's somewhat optimistic at least. They're hanging in there. Hang in there, youths.
Yeah.
You'll be okay. I believe in you. Well, I guess that's everything.
That's got to
That's
do
everything.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, guys, but I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed. What do you consider youths? I don't know. I would say
15 to 30 by our technical definitions.
Oh, there you go. That's science. Yeah, I was going to say. Maybe I shouldn't answer this question. 15 to 30. Yeah, what generations are those, I guess, is what DiCarlo is wondering.
It's a mix of Gen Z and millennials at this point, but not too many millennials left.
Not too many millennials left. We're getting older. The millennials are aging out. We're all getting
We're headed
older
for the
every day.
hills. And on that note, goodbye.
Yeah, Zoomers and young millennials. Yeah, I guess Alpha might be a little too young still. I don't know. All right, well.
Oh, wait, did I say alpha? Was that-
Yeah, is Alpha? I'm
Oh,
assuming Alpha is
no,
Alpha
I
in
meant
there.
Gen
No,
Z.
you didn't.
Oh,
You
okay,
didn't.
good. Okay.
You
Other
said
people
Gen
did.
Z and Millennial, but DiCarlo
Okay,
was guessing Alpha. But
They're
yeah,
little babies.
yeah, these are the youths right now. I mean, all of us are youths in a way, except for me, because I'm over 800, and the time has passed. I am over 800 years old. That's what I was saying. We're all getting
I'm
older.
over 800 euros. That's how much it costs for
The
me, baby.
millennials, the vampires.
837 currently. If you've got some change in your pocket and want a card of your own.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it's actually pretty affordable.
All
All
right.
right. Well, death comes for us all.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody. I hope you sleep well thinking about that. And I'll see you all on Wednesday morning. I will see you then. And I'll probably have some thoughts for you as early as tomorrow night on Borderlands if I go to see it.
Sick.
Oh boy. All right. See you later, everybody.
Bye, guys.